the missing link to women's success and happiness that you've discovered. Tell us about it.
Maybe right now you're wanting more in your life, and maybe you're frustrated because you're going for it. And it feels like you're running into an invisible wall, and maybe you're wondering, what's wrong with me? And I'm here to tell you that there is nothing wrong with you, and that all women run into this invisible wall. For thousands of years, women have been oppressed. Thank you, newsflash. And now we have scientific evidence of genetic transmission of trauma. So what does this mean for self-made, empowered women like us in this room today? What this means is that inherited trauma creates survival instructions that are recorded in our DNA and that are passed down through our DNA. And for thousands of years, for women, these survival instructions have been be seen and not heard, be a good girl, a good wife, a good mother, don't shine too brightly, don't be too smart, right? And don't you ever, ever, ever reveal your true power, because you'll be burnt at the stake. Or as my mother said to me, no one would want to marry you.
Worse than being burnt at the stake.
Right? These survival instructions create an invisible inner prison that we were all born into without realizing it. They're keeping us safe from our visibility, success, from the more that we're meant for.
Yeah.
And healing this trauma gets us out of prison. So that's what I call, this jailbreak is what I call the missing piece, the missing link to women's ultimate success and happiness.
How did you discover it? I know you had a practice for many years, full practice, really served women one by one. Tell us a little bit more about that process.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, as all of my clients, I've been rocking the prison life. I had 2 graduate degrees in psychology. I married a good guy, had a wonderful daughter, bought a pretty house in New York City suburbs, had a thriving practice. And the best kept secret was that I wasn't happy and fulfilled. And I was feeling guilty for not feeling happy because, hey, my life was so good. And I was hiding it. The pain was present, and I was hiding it as best I could with eating maybe a little bit too much, maybe having some wine, shopping, Netflixing a little bit too much. And definitely working a little bit too much. And so one day, a health crisis slowed me down enough to consider, why was it that my clients were making these major breakthroughs and I was still stuck, like the clients I told you about in the beginning. Like my client Amy started filling her high-end retreats, just selling them like hotcakes. And my client Beatrice added speaking to her wellness business and started reaching thousands and filling her programs. Mm-hmm. And my client Claire is probably my favorite situation of a woman who has had it all, just couldn't enjoy it. And then she resolved that anxiety, she resolved that depression, and she could finally enjoy it. And I was wondering, what was I doing for them that I wasn't doing for myself? And then it occurred to me, the light bulb moment, that in all of these cases, I was helping them heal the trauma that was underlying this. And I wasn't doing it for myself because I didn't think I had any trauma. And then it dawned on me, well, now there is scientific evidence of genetic transmission of trauma. Could this have been the missing link? And then I started using my trauma healing tools, which actually change the biology. They don't just go through the mind, they go through the biology and create this embodied safety. And my life has transformed. What do we do?
How do we get out? What's the first step?
Let's go, I have a plan. This is Dr. Valerie. Oh, look at this. They don't want to sit down.